Here we go.
Paris in the fall, the last months of the year and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me, of cafes, of music, of love, and of death.
Ooh, that's pretty. The art style, I haven't played this in a while, and obviously this is a remaster, but boy is the art style reminding me of Atlantis. Don't know if anyone has seen Atlantis. You all should see Atlantis. And if you haven't seen Atlantis, you could just watch Stargate, because it's the same movie. He's so angry. I was just enjoying my coffee, and then the cafe exploded. Ooh, that's pretty. Is it? Yeah, no,
As I
it is.
picked myself up, all I could hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me. But the explosion was to change my life forever.
Soon I found myself in a series of 5 video games. I think 6, depending on how that last Kickstarter went. I love the idea that George... by the way, this is George Stobart. I don't think we've introduced this character.
I considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
George, from what I remember, is just an American tourist who came to
The table
Paris,
had been overturned by the explosion.
to just enjoy a vacation. And while sat outside of this cafe, he sees a clown run in with an accordion.
I considered straightening the table,
The accordion explodes,
but I figured
taking
it
out
best
the
not
entire
to disturb
cafe.
the evidence.
And George wakes up and goes, I'm gonna solve this terrorist incident. I'm gonna find out why that clown did it. Who is he? Why does he take it upon himself? I assume we'll get answers. I don't think we do. Oh gee, oof. Oh well.
It was the body of the old man. It was hard to believe I'd seen him alive only minutes before. I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
I decided to just start fiddling with the corpse.
What is your name, Shelley?
George Stobart, ma'am.
Oh,
There you are, George
American.
Stobart.
She asked the question quite innocently, but I could sense her reserve. It was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink.
Can you remember
That's good.
anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Sure.
Is that straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a cheat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
These do sound like the original audio recordings, which is pretty cool. I also did reach out to at least 2 agents of the actors who
better.
appeared in this
She
game.
knocked back the brandy as
I
if it was
received no
water.
response.
I was glad I wasn't picking up the check.
Well,
What
the
about
hard
your
life
man?
of video game
Is he
journalism
dead?
Before you actually have anything to speak of. Yeah, he's dead.
Yes, he is.
Ah, mon Dieu.
I like to imagine that George Stobart is essentially George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life, if George Bailey was allowed to leave and leave Bedford Falls, go on a vacation, and he went to Paris, and then a clown blew up a cafe in front of him, and he was like, "Oh, I better investigate this."
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the
Life
ground.
in London, yeah.
Put that
This
thing
is down
away,
out in
Sergeant.
London and Paris.
I
The video
apologize,
game.
monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En
Okay,
avant.
haven't
Le
played this
café.
game in a while.
Marche.
I'm gonna call it now. That guy is evil.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians.
This is a
Anyway, it is unlikely that
thoroughly
even you
British
will learn
game,
much from
through
talking
and
to the
through.
dead.
It is designed by
Examine the
British
girl
Studio.
and take her statement.
Tell
if
Moo I
you
hate
can.
him. You're gonna not enjoy the fact that Moo is in this game
I
a
doubt
lot.
if she is in a fit
I remember
state for
correctly.
questioning, monsieur.
At least in this early part.
It smells
I think
to
I have
me
to interact
as if
with
she
Moo
has
a
been
lot.
drinking.
As I feared, we have stumbled upon a den of iniquity, Moo.
Leave her to me, sir. I am used to
Is
handling
that the most
drunken
French
women.
name they could come
I
up
do
with?
not doubt that for one moment. Et maintenant, to business.
George has just stood
Your
silently
name,
for the last
please?
like 5 minutes.
George Stobart. I'm from California.
What do
And
you
what
do?
brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful
Minus
at
the
this
cafe
time of
bombings.
year, no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my God.
Apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no
I'm
reaction.
also now working on
Did
the
you
theory
see the
that George was
deceased
killed.
enter the cafe?
And that this is... Did I see him? Yeah, no, he did. He bumped into the waitress.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live
Normal man.
if she survives the hangover. She doesn't remember seeing a clown, monsieur.
That's odd, don't you think, monsieur? Who am I to believe, I wonder? Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious?
George is like,
If the
am
door
I in
can only be
stereotype town?
opened,
What?
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
academic, you are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
Okay, well,
See you
I'm
later,
gonna talk
Sergeant.
to that woman. What is it? What do I
The
observe?
girl
with
presented a
woman?
confident but sullen mask to the world. An expression more suited to the face of a delinquent youth.
So she'd be played by Aubrey Plaza?
Excuse me, mademoiselle? Hi,
That's
my
a little
name's George
close, George.
Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right. On holiday in Paris. Some holiday, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was.
You were here.
Sat right out front of the cafe.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah,
notice
no, I was
a
here.
middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
It's him again.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
I found this newspaper outside the cafe.
That is not a newspaper, it's a gossip rag.
It may have belonged to Plantar.
So, he had a taste for sensationalist smut with right-wing bias. That doesn't tell us much.
You want to talk about him, so... I wasn't listening to... I have no idea what she just said. Saw a white noise, so I'm just gonna smile and agree.
That's what I thought, but the name of the meeting isn't given.
Well, so what? I'm not the least bit interested in horse racing, are you?
The muscular
Roger
workman wore a
Workman.
morose expression. like a silent warning to leave him to get on with his job.
Lost reference for the Lost fans in the audience. That's count 1 on the Lost
Hi,
references, which
can you
I'll be
spare a
dropping.
few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah, I thought that was it. Those automatics, but quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
Here you are, look at my newspaper.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You
How
could
do we
read it
know
on your
that
lunch break.
we were
10
supposed
minutes
to do
is
that?
all I get.
Because
And if
every
my
single
boss
time
had
I've
his
talked
way,
about a
I
newspaper
wouldn't
to
get that.
everyone else, he's
He'd
been
have
like,
me on a drink.
here's the newspaper,
So I didn't
read
have
what
to
it
stop to
says,
eat.
and then just
Oh,
stands
take the
completely
newspaper
still.
and quit
Whereas in this one
complaining.
he took it out of his pocket and gave it to him. So, puzzle complete. Because we got an animation for it.
Ah, look at this. Damn bleeding out liberals. Cha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that
What?
fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those.
What the
Like
hell is that
champagne bottle
newspaper?
corks, no?
What the hell?
Ah, what's this? Saladin running in
So
the
you speak
Prix
to
de
a
l'Arc de
photojournalist
Triomphe.
and she says,
It's a
that
racehorse?
thing, that's
A
right wing
horse?
as hell. I
A
wouldn't read that.
legend.
He reads it and
Bucephalus
goes,
reborn,
oh,
mon ami.
the liberals.
Like a streak of
But then
lightning,
apparently
she
there's
is.
also like a page 3. Next to the half-naked
Do me a
woman,
favor,
fully
won't
naked
you?
woman, there's
Keep
also
an eye on
article
my
about
hole. I'm off to put some
saving
money
the
on that
dolphins or
night.
killing the dolphins, it's unclear. We know he is anti-dolphin, which is a weird hill to die on. What
I
heroic
found a
music!
T-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
Oh, that. Sewer key on the manhole cover. Babe, shall we go to the Cafe Le Château de Vert for sausage butter?
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the
Oh,
entrance
it's
to a
got
sewer.
blown up! Tell you what, I do like Paris, but it does have too many French people in it. Literally never been to France. They do spam an egg. So again, I think when I played this as a kid, I think that took me about an hour and a half to figure out how to get under here. Because I was an idiot babby. So much weird. Look at that quick video getting loud.
It was a soggy, crumpled paper tissue.
Well, we're picking that up, George.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
And then I put it in my pocket and walked around with it for the rest of the day.
The railing was put there for
I
a simple
put whatever
reason,
the hell I
to stop
find in the
people
street
getting
in my
past.
pockets.
It worked.
Something will help me solve this mystery.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
I rested it next to the giant manhole cover tool and a tissue covered with crap.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back.
Get away from me,
And
street
now
rat.
I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately. Now, what were you looking for?
Clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh? Ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up?
But I was gonna get me
No,
spam an egg!
That is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
I don't know
That's right.
why, I'm
He blew up
almost
the
certain it's
cafe,
not the case, but it
escaped into
feels
the
like
sewer,
everyone has
changed
been
his
voiced
clothes,
by the
and
same
came up
man.
here.
Ah, mon
It's told
Dieu.
like, can you do it
Then,
like 5%
the
more
man I
French
kissed,
or
Do you
15% less
think
French?
that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer.
The
For all
sewer.
I know, you are in league with him.
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
Oh god, okay.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
Oh, he was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against.
Do
When
you
they
know
were
the
like,
waitress at
it
the
doesn't
cafe?
matter, I'll do a
So
Nigerian
you don't want
accent.
to
I
hear
can do it
about
really well.
my experiences in the desert? I fought to make this country what it is today.
Make friends
I'm
forever.
sure you did, but I'm a little short of time.
You want to talk about the waitress?
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe,
What does that mean?
6, 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais
What?
oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
That is a unique relationship to have. Hang on. So you work at the hotel next to the cafe, and once a week, the waitress comes from the cafe to clip your toenails? What in the Always Sunny is this? I don't know, I think the waitress is becoming a foot girl or something. I don't know, it was unclear. Let's start with the manky tissue.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting.
Agreed.
What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone had emptied their nostrils into it.
Ah, very good.
Does
Put
this
me off
piece
the
of
scent.
material mean anything to you?
it
That
was
is
a
the
nose
same
thing.
cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Can I have
Now,
the jacket?
about the jacket you found.
See?
Do you have it here?
That right there
No,
is why we
monsieur.
click on
One of
every
the shoes
single
was
option.
badly torn, so I sent it for repair. Pity,
Sent it?
because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring.
You
It had
just
the
found
tailor's
it.
name inside on the label.
Do I have to ask you about it again?
Where did you send the jacket?
I do have to.
I gave
Oh
it
god,
to
does that
an
mean all the other
itinerant
ones I should have been
Romany
clicking twice?
seamstress.
Just my luck.
Oof. Saying Romani
I
seems...
have to be going.
Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
By the way, here's the rule. I am not looking up a walkthrough for this game. That does not mean that other people can't look up a walkthrough and then just tell me what to do. But you can
Hi
wait
there,
until I
remember
call
me?
that out.
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
The man in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Rather you than me, monsieur. So, when you are not exploring
Yeah, what is your job,
sewer,
George?
what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Very
He's
good,
like
monsieur.
Charlie.
A policeman.
You know, we go
with
down to
excellence of
the
mind.
sewers, you're looking for ghouls.
Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Mhm. Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Wow, you think?
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
We'll just keep asking
What was
about
the name on the
jacket.
label?
It was a foreign name. Todrick.
That's what I had to do.
Did you
I
get
just
the
had
address?
To keep clicking
There
on
wasn't
the
one,
jacket.
monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert.
Why
I
are you
was
needing to
taught the
keep so much
technique
count in the
by a
desert?
Tuareg ship.
That's incredible.
Sure, you
It
told
comes
my
in
shame.
handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm
Also,
glad I
you
do
have
not
this
rely on
tissue.
honesty to pay the bills.
How about some exposure?
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Raymond, I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Looking around as though the killer was about to start running down the street at him. You're on your own! What up, Todrick?
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No. No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick.
That's pretty good.
Lives that
I
you
like that
could
one.
save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm
Sure.
not.
No.
All I want
No,
from
I'm
you
not.
is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
You know a clown?
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
See? It wasn't just French accents.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
I didn't say anything about custard down the pants.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Different in France. Are you sure you don't know Plantar?
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
We're gonna Plantar one more time.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Maybe they don't have a dog.
Played, George.
What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Well, I'll call you back when I...
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Do you want... hey Nico, it's me again. I know I just called you about 20 minutes ago. But if I give you this phone number, could you harass
Bonjour,
him for me?
Kula.
It's me again, George Stobart.
Hi, George. Any news?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You
I've
are?
only been on the case
Well, it
for
wasn't
about an
easy.
hour.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Wow, that was
Fine.
easy. That is,
Where do you
that was
live?
enough. for
361
journalists.
Rue
If
Jarry.
you
Okay,
give them
I'll
like
come
two
right
pieces
over.
of evidence, they're like, yeah, come right over. That is the future I predict for you.
The door was shabby and in need of a coat of paint. I couldn't imagine the Collard woman living here.
The Collard woman.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
Wow, look at that strength. Looks like he used the force.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine.
As
I'm
I stand
Nicole.
awkwardly at your
Take a
front
seat,
door.
George.
This is a nice apartment. Apparently it's filled with damp. You wouldn't recognize the number.
How
You gonna
did
talk to me
Plantar
about-
get your name?
For the
Plans,
newspaper, Van Lipite, I'd written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy and the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer.
Oh, it's
Plantar said
Hitman.
he could supply me with more information. Somehow, the clown must have known about our appointment.
There was a really weird, like, sting there on, like, the music.
Tell me more about
as
the
there was
clown's
something
previous
terrible was
victims.
about to happen.
The first was Arno Bellotta,
It's just
the
two people
millionaire
sat at a
pharmaceutical
desk.
baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom.
Mm.
Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off.
Was he killed
He
for
was
his
an
money?
amphetamine dealer.
He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grew up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was led to his death by a snowman.
Come here. Come here, I got amphetamines for you.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was
his
committed
dad
to
did the
dismantling
same.
Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so. How did he die?
At the end, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
Of course he did. So a clown, a
A
penguin,
snowman,
and a snowman.
a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Yeah.
Or a premature death.
You are just some dude. I cannot stress that
I
enough.
found this false nose in the sewer.
Oh look, this one was probably
Hey, was
important.
this inside it?
Yeah.
The contents of someone's
Animation
nose?
means important.
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop
any
near
place
the
for me to
Gare
go?
Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No
It's a
way am I
fancy
wearing
suit.
this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, he might have had a cold.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why you're not putting it on. During the COVID-19
I found this
pandemic,
tissue
it's
down the
recommended
sewer.
that you don't share clown noses.
Oh, poor, that's disgusting, George.
I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use. Or clowns.
It's still
Just-
disgusting. Get rid
Just
of
keep
it.
stuffing it into his pocket.
I found a piece of material near the cafe.
So I got a feeling we've got to go to
When I showed it to the
costume
concierge, he
shop?
recognized it right away.
the costume
It's
shop.
very
should give me a
distinctive, all
name,
right.
which I can
Just
then
wait
call
until you see this. I developed the film I
Botnick?
shot
What
at
was
the
his
cafe.
name?
Yeah, George,
Todrick?
it's an
I think it was
enlargement I
Todrick.
made.
We can call Todrick and be like, hey.
Look what
Oh
that
my
guy's
god, look
wearing.
how evil that guy is.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to
I'm
find.
not going to be happy
Oh, no?
until I can
Take a close look at
find
his
a
left
suit
cheek.
exactly like
A
that.
scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh, a crescent moon.
So
I'm
everywhere
going
has
back
a
out to search
phone,
for
I
that
think.
clown.
Where?
Well, I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
The video game world where people just stop talking to each other and just be like, yeah, that's good. So police, cafe, costume shop. Oh, we got Pinocchio. Maybe that's Alice. When will she be done knitting? Is she stupid? She could very well be. That! Didn't need to see that. That's terrifying. Ooh, angry parrot. That's cool. So I can leave. Novelty poop.
It was a
Um,
disgustingly realistic plastic novelty. Like one I'd left on the teacher's desk at school. Boy, that caused so much of a stink you'd have thought it was a real one. As my fingers closed on the plastic novelty, I realized my mistake. It was a novelty, all right, but it wasn't plastic.
Oh.
The sight of the dog waste set my stomach churning again. I quickly looked away.
Well,
No
I make
way was I gonna touch that thing again.
No, you're touching it again, George. God damn it! I should have put this on, not the story mode. It should have been on classic, so I could have just touched poop over and over. Hey, bro,
The
you know
guy's
this?
spoon-shaped face was
You know there's
mournful
crap
and
on your
humorless.
on
He
your
looked like a
floor?
vegetarian in a slaughterhouse.
You're not gonna do anything about that?
Excuse me.
I put it there myself.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in.
Ew,
Welcome.
shit, better keep
Leave
touching
the
it.
mundane world behind. But in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want
You
a
can
costume.
imagine there's boo on
Didn't you
my
ever
floor.
dress up when you were a
I don't
child?
need to imagine.
Not that I remember.
It's right there.
Incredible. You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere.
The hell is
I
what?
just need some information.
Of course.
This game
How
is
can
ahead
I
of its
help
time.
you?
This game wasn't set
The
in
clown I'm looking
1996.
for is a cold-blooded
That-
killer. Give
this
me his
bitch
name,
is going on
and I'll
Yelp.
see he's brought to
Show me
justice.
those records.
I'd help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers.
Do you remember who
see,
took a crap
the
on the
clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a
Holy
week.
crap.
You'll have to give me more to go by.
You are renting out more than
description,
30
perhaps?
clown suits. How popular are clowns in Paris? There's-
What does this tool
I need
mean
one.
to you?
We need
Nothing,
another
monsieur.
clown.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
No way, you get to keep it after.
Does this
It's not a
dirty
rental
tissue
place,
mean
it's
anything to
a
you?
buying thing.
Let me smell that.
Oh, finally, somebody in Paris weirder than George. Here's a tissue I found in the sewer.
Best
Let me smell.
honors number 7, white pancake.
That's
Theatrical
that's the good
grease paint,
stuff.
right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
Ah, who did you sell
About
it to?
this tissue.
I have already given you my professional opinion.
So he's selling 30 clown
You
suits
recognize
a
this man?
week. 120
Ah, oui,
clown
he was
suits
here
a
this
month
morning.
go out of this costume store.
He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Bozo the
Very
clown.
smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Card.
Cut! Okay, sweet. Well, I'll take 2 clown suits and let me
Thanks
just
for
play
your
with
help,
this
buddy.
dog shit a little
My
bit more and I'll be
pleasure,
on my way.
monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay.
Joke's on him, I touched dog poop earlier.
What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I
Got
never
you,
saw the
George.
funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Do not use it
Remember
on
to
someone
switch
with a
it off
pacemaker.
before you visit the toilet.
Nah, I'm keeping that on when I visit the toilet. Don't tell me what kinks I should be into and which ones I'm not. Oh, this guy best not be angry that I left his hole alone. Let's go check in with Russo and he's like, oh, my feet feel
Hi.
great. Whoa.
You're the guy who gave me the tip, aren't you?
Yeah.
The racehorse. Salah-ed-Din.
Oh, yeah, but
I put every franc I had on that horse.
listen,
My lifetime savings, next month's rent, everything.
Why,
oh,
my man?
God.
Why?
You won by 3 lengths.
You are
I'm a
lucky
rich
as hell.
man.
Why are you
Call
still
me
in the
Lucky
hole,
George, the punter's friend. So how come you're still here?
I'm not going to let my newfound wealth change me,
fair.
not one bit. I bought this hole, fittings and all. Now I can come and go as I please. No more clocking on or completion schedules. No foreman breathing down my neck. Thanks to you,
Foreman,
I've
you've been the
found
only one
paradise.
here all day.
I'm getting a mushy feeling in my chest. But not half as mushy as your head.
Yeah.
What
this-
do you want now?
Oh, I don't even know why I started talking to you, my friend. Wow, he's going nuts on this, like... He loves his envelope.
Hello? Who is this?
Hi, Todrick, it's me.
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
I just want to ask you about a clown. Or plantar.
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes,
go.
I delivered the
Progress.
suit to his hotel.
Let's get
The
out
Hotel
Paris.
Ubu.
Maybe.
I don't remember the
Ooh,
room.
Hotel Ubu.
It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
Mr. Clown. Man and man.
The guy looked just like a weasel.
He does look like a weasel.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot.
Do you guys do this? You walk down the street and just see someone stood outside and go, that man looks like an amiable Bigfoot.
Excuse
These
me?
are well-designed goons.
Yeah?
Yeah!
Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
I'm sorry to be a burden on your brain.
If this guy here doesn't sound like, wow, what do you mean? I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Do you
'cause this
recognize
guy's
this
voice
tissue? Think
absolutely
carefully now.
matches that body.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
ooh.
Time's up, so I'll tell you. It's a used tissue with a liberal dump of Bestheimer's number 12.
If you say so.
Wow, I have
Excuse
the
me?
voice.
Yes?
Oh, that's a little disappointing. No.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. Take a good look at the substance it's smeared with.
You are sick. Very sick.
Pretty. They're so pretty. Let's look at woman.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one.
Holy
It
shit,
wasn't a
what-
pretty sight.
What a description.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a
She's
man.
British, all
You
right.
disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment, I thought. But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George.
Wonderful.
I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady?
If they did a
I mean,
TV show or a movie
you're an
of this,
honest-to-God
that would have to
aristocrat?
be,
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors
oh,
were
Sophie
honest,
from Peep
not
Show,
even to
what's her
God.
name?
I
Olivia
can
Colman?
trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term
Am I?
you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
Oh, yeah. Dare I ask what happened last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of
George.
candlelight.
Walk into a hotel room
Romantic
within
music
5 minutes of
tinkling
being in
across
and
the
being like,
room.
yeah, you got massive
And then,
breasts.
a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Jesus.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Did I show you this false nose?
Yes, you did.
He's got He's like the dude from Memento.
Does this tissue mean
He
anything
loses
to you?
memory immediately.
Good God, no.
Check out this
I
nose.
just thought the smell might be familiar.
Please, darling, put it away. I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Alright.
Does this tissue...
Oh, God damn it.
Please, darling, not that again.
We'll look at this
Do you
photo.
recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him. That's Merlin.
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged.
Thank you,
Merlin?
George.
You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no. Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about.
She's
That's
British.
the man who spurned me.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
He could be called
am
Merlin
shocked,
Khan.
Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I
Better
took
than
him to be a
Kevin Khan.
gentleman. A
Pharmacist,
man of honor.
Hemel Hempstead.
You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Oh. Wow.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
Germany.
Excuse me.
Okay, there we
Didn't
go.
I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Brilliant.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I cannot
Does this
stop the
goo
terrorists.
smeared tissue
That
mean
would be
anything
against
to you?
Being a guest
No,
of the country.
it doesn't.
This guy already looks like he's going to be a loss.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. There was no one registered under the name of Khan. If the killer was staying here, he'd used a different pseudonym. The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it.
He works in hospitality, I don't blame him.
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Do you recognize this red nose?
I mean, we still
No,
are, because
monsieur.
we're literally just walking to every single person we meet and being like,
What do you make of this tissue?
check out all this
You
things
wish
in my
me to
pocket.
dispose of
Do you
it
know this
for you,
guy?
monsieur?
Seen a clown?
Hey, no! It could be useful. I'm holding on to this.
As you wish, monsieur. Perhaps you would like a little plastic baggie to keep it
Oh,
Nah, it's
Yeah,
fine the
that
way
bag?
it is.
you never know. Don't put yourself down like that, George. I don't know.
Hi, ma'am.
I just get him, man.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Can you help me get room 21?
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Yes.
Oh no! It's the key to
Yes,
an
I
empty
am.
room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room?
To get
Do
you
you
to stop
plan
playing
to
the
squat?
piano?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
No, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of?
It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape.
Now tell
Good way of
me,
putting it, but yeah.
why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case. But a good dose of English arrogance.
I'm pretty
might-
sure the clerk is gay, so I shall be useless.
I say! You there? Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Go! Run! Grab the keys! Go! On this. Look at me go.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Alright. Time to nearly kill ourselves. This is the... We're in.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Well, he doesn't appear to wet or shit the bed. Maybe
It
we're
was the
dealing with an
battered
adult
leather
man.
briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Okay.
The interior of the closet was large enough for me to climb right in.
Are you gonna?
The door led back into the hall, idiot.
Did he just call me an idiot or himself? Oh no. Oh wow, those pants do not look normal. What is happening there?
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Quickly shit in his bed. Oh, those pants look really weird. New pants.
The pants matched the jacket which the killer had lost in Paris.
I'm gonna steal his goddamn pants. He's just taking everything out of the pockets.
I couldn't believe my luck when I found two items in the pockets of the pants. The first was an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Gruber? Hans Gruber?
There was nothing else in the pockets of the killer's pants. In the back of the office was a small safe with a combination lock.
Oh, here he comes.
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what's left in your safe.
That's right.
Impossible.
Merlin the...
I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that.
I got the key. Thanks for your help, ma'am. I found this...
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
All problems can be solved if you team up with a Karen. Embrace the Karen. Point the Karen.
Did you place
Fire
a
the
package
Karen.
from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's
But
the
he's
problem?
clearly not
he
Merlin.
isn't Merlin.
Yeah.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
He just goes to different countries and is like, kill him.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Manuscrit de
Thanks.
How
It is.
satisfying.
The accents
An
are getting
Anglo-American
rougher.
alliance
Maybe
that
I'm getting
actually
tired
works.
or the accents are getting rougher.
The
but they
clerk
feel
had
like
given
they're
me a
slipping.
tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
There's a little thing. If you try and walk outside with the
The door was locked.
If you try and walk outside the front door with that
The
parchment...
door was locked.
Oh god damn it. What? How is it relocked again? Oh, that's why you don't give the hotel key back. Yeah. Let me finish the thought I was saying. If you leave through the front of the hotel with this parchment in your inventory, those two gangsters kill you. Because they're like, you shouldn't have this.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Wham. Just press jump. And we just simply go back inside. Oh, please get me away from this piano. Oh, she's been playing all day.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Routine security.
Oh,
Wallet
well,
inspector.
all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Flap. That's his name.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Take me to dinner
Nothing,
first.
Guido. Zilch.
Flap
Our
and
apologies, monsieur.
Guido.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Randir, we are the authorities.
You want I should
What about
break his
Moo?
arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Report you to Moo.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
I have no
I
idea
couldn't
what
wait
they
to
were
get back
after.
to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Back in Nico's apartment. Hey Nico,
You're
I
just
let
not going
myself
to
in.
believe what I found.
It's not another part of the clan's
Every time we
festivities.
come into Nico's apartment, she sits there and goes...
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantar?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse.
Any Dan Brown fans out there?
Whatever
You're gonna
this
enjoy the
manuscript
storyline of
means,
this
it's
game.
connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades.
What?
This guy,
What newspaper
named
was
Hughes
buying
de
an article on
Payne,
the Crusades?
arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth.
The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Damn you for setting me on fire.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, George. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Should we? Alright.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
No,
what do you
I
suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old
idea of this
fossil
game
gets horny
sort
over
of
ancient
spun
relics, I
around
suppose.
Indiana Jones.
Far from
Charles
it.
Cecil said that he
Andre
just
isn't
basically showed them the
stereotypical
opening
professor
of,
you have in mind.
Where can I find this
Indiana
Lobino guy?
Jones
At the
and
Krone Museum.
Raiders of the Lost
I'll
Ark,
give you the address.
where the beginning part up to the point where the boulder rolls, he was like, this is how you do an adventure game. Everything here is basically what you need for an adventure game.
Maybe I'll check out the Krone Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
Right, well, George is going to a museum. See, that's why I like George, because he is, that's what I say, he is not the classic American character. He is someone who is very self-aware. He's like, I'm a scrawny coward, man. I really shouldn't be doing this, but, like, I'm here anyway. Oh, boy.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript.
Oh, I was right.
A notice identified it as
steal
15th
this.
century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
Oh, we go
I'm
to
sorry,
Ireland.
I was excited.
Oh, yeah, if the French accents were bad, boy, oh boy, do I feel as though the Irish
no.
accents are not going
No,
to be
monsieur.
much better.
No,
Here we
What
are.
do you make
Tissue.
of this tissue?
it is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
All right.
Hi, George.
Hi, George.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marne.
I have heard of Loch Marne. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
Please do not sit on my
A
desk, George.
popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Didn't she call that newspaper a gossip rag earlier? It turns out she literally
Professor
writes the
Nigel
gossip rag.
Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marne. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program.
What time team?
This site at Loch Marne must be awful important to him.
He's a professor
We're
of
not
history.
going to get another season
They're
of Time
cuckoo.
Team.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you
Pegram.
feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Pegram's dam is important, why don't you visit Lochmarn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
What? Where is Ireland exactly? What are you talking about?
What do you know about Professor Pegram?
I've seen a television program, Pegram's Past. He's written a book, The Crusader Families of Ireland.
I'll bet he'd be interested in the manuscript.
Alright, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Keep me informed if you find anything new.
Yeah. I'm probably going to Ireland. Probably what I'm about to go do. Bye, friends. We might be back. Who knows? It's globetrotting. Ha! Of course it's got a... Of course it's got a big old leprechaun on it. Welcome to Ireland. Probably gonna start up here in Ireland, and I feel as though that's a pretty solid place to leave it. No longer chasing clowns in Paris town, but finding gems in Mac Devitt's bar. I'll think of some sort of rhyme for the next one.
Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. I'd been lucky to get a bus from Dublin to the tiny village of Lochmarn. On the way out, the driver told me there was only one service a day.
Oh, listen to that soundtrack. Figure out what the Irish accents sound like. Let's talk to boy.
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip.
He's a McPoyle.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
Oh, there we are. That's an Irish accent.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure? Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Like in the films. God, this accent must be offending a lot of people.
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help,
People watching
but he
right now,
chased
they'd be
me off.
very offended.
I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
You didn't want to see his smelly old hole?
The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
What
Well,
does this
that's another
Fitzgerald
Irish
guy look
name.
like?
Big head, big ears, and face irons.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
Yeah.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's
I don't
all.
do tricks on
Oh,
street
alright.
corners.
Gotcha. Neat, huh?
Didn't feel a thing.
Can we zap his ass once more?
Shake my hand again.
No way.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Well, we're in Ireland, and we're directly outside the pub. Ooh.
The drain was covered with an iron grating, through which I could...
Ooh. You know what that? Oh, thank God I've got some kind of...
I took hold of the grating and
Tool.
pulled hard, but it didn't move.
Well, I just can't resist. And then... What? 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 I mean, that would... Can I just do that instead? Would that work?
The workman's key was the obvious... It was specifically designed. Unfortunately, there weren't any holes in the trapdoor.
What are you talking about? What are those big slats? Anyway,